let me stay here where I am. It's a running clock. Mind cannot stay at the moment where it is at, and that's why it's mind.
Yeah.
It's the most dynamic thing.
It'll create something in order to satisfy itself.
Exactly. So the question that comes that at a given instant you have a certain state of mind which thinks that if I get this I will become happy at that point. And now the question is, it waits for that thing to be, you know, received or acquired, and as soon as it does that, immediately its experience changes. Now it already has that, and now it's looking for something else, because that thing which it acquired becomes a state of reference from there on.
Right.
So now the
So
definition
there's
of
almost no turning back.
exactly, then the definition of happiness has changed. Each experience we have in life changes what is going to make us happy. So that's why there are books or articles people have written that futile pursuit of happiness means it's a wild geese chase. We look for something, we always dream that something that will make us happy, but as soon as we get there or we have that, a few moments later or a few days later, or it's just a matter of time, or maybe a year later, that thing does not give us happiness anymore.
Once you've obtained it, then you're always looking for something else.
That's the creation of mind or conjuring of mind.
Does meditation make you happy? Self-introspection?
Yeah, we will come to that. Let's define all the dimensions of happiness in terms of a scientific way. Mind also is a kind of a mirror. It's like we try to look for a reality. When we are born, let's say when baby gets born, there are two needs it has. One is, of course, the physical needs. It has to be fed, it has to be changed, it has kept warm, it has to be cuddled. The other question which it does not know, but the other question is, why am I here? Why did I come to this world? Although it cannot ask that question, but that question remains until it dies. That who I am, why am I here, why did I come here? Exactly, those questions remain unanswered, and that's a very fundamental need which is built in with the birth to answer that question. But what happens, the mind takes over, and all through life mind rules the life, because it keeps that baby going into a man, into a grown-up man or woman, and keep looking for what makes it happy. And that wild geese chase gets so busy and gets so crowded that it loses that third need which it came up with to answer the question, who I am, why am I here, and what am I running after to get to the destination, so-called. It's like a journey it's on, but it does not know the destination, where the destination is, except, oh, I'm going to die. The biological destination is ultimate death, old age and death. But in the noise of all those, the call it evolutionary struggle to survive, and this wild geese chase of that dream to get where it wants to get to, that destination somewhere which it has perceived through its own filtering of the reality of the universe or life. It sees a color, it has colored that reality. Let's say my dream is to become a musician, let's say, or a player, or a rich man, or a powerful person, or to gain wealth, power, fame. All those dreams it makes its own, or it's given to it by people around it or society, and so it chases that dream to be happy, to gain that happiness, and it gets so busy in that made-up destination for happiness that it forgets the third need, why I came. And essentially, when we come to the end, we'll talk about that, what is genuine happiness, versus this the psychological or the mental happiness, which most of us devote our life to. So essentially, in scientifically speaking, then the relativity of the reality keeps us so busy that we always feel that where we are, the happiness is somewhere else, and we chase it, and then we get there.
Grass is always greener.
Exactly. We get there, and the moment we get there, that becomes, we see further down, because mind has clock running. It has to extrapolate. Its property is to extrapolate the past into future, or look back. It either looks back, and looking back all the experiences that have been stored in the memory.
When was I the happiest?
Exactly. What made me happy in the past, or what others are telling me should be is worth it.
Does money or sex bring happiness?
Well, it does. The happiness, if we talk about temporary happiness, yes, because it does give that temporary happiness. If we desire for money or desire for sex, if we get it, yes, we get that happiness for that moment of time.
Then you keep chasing it to get more.
Exactly. So, but the key point is the clock is running, and pretty soon what that moment of happiness turns into the moment of unhappiness, because the evolution or the clock turns the table, it reverses the roles of what was thought to be a getting to a place or a situation or a feeling a desire would give us happiness. The moment you get there, it stays there for a few moments, maybe days, months, years, and then it's the next thing.
So when you get older, happiness might be a new hip joint.
Exactly.